am in the kitchen. Today is Lazy Sunday at my house. So on Lazy Sundays, I like to make something that we can just kind of nibble on here or there, come and get a bite, take a bite, go sit down, kind of chill out. So today, I'm making one of my faves. It's called sticky pull-apart bread. And so with that being said, it's kind of like monkey bread, but a little bit different because it's like got a sticky sauce that I make to go on top of it. So, and this is easy. You pour it all in a bundt pan, you put it in the oven, and then people can come and go as they want and take some of it. So that's what we do here on Sundays. This makes something super easy. So to get that started, you're going to need 2 large cans of biscuits. You're going to need a half a cup of milk. You'll need a whole stick of butter, a cup of chopped pecans. You'll need a cup of white sugar, a 3/4 a cup of brown sugar, salt, and some cinnamon. So let's get all these ingredients together, get everything ready, and get this sticky pull-apart bread rolling. Alright, here we are at my stove. I have my oven preheated for 350, and in a saucepan we're going to pour in some of the sugar and get it into a caramel, make it into a caramel sauce. So we're going to go ahead and turn our stove on. I'm going to put it on medium high. I'm going to point you guys where y'all can see what I'm doing down here. So in this saucepan, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of white sugar and a 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Okay? I'm going to heat that over medium heat. We're going to watch that turn into a little bit of a caramel, like an amber color. And once that happens, then we're going to pour some butter on top of it. So this will take about 2 to 3 minutes for this to kind of turn to a caramelly consistency, to that amber caramel color. So I'm just going to sit here and stir this while this is going on because you don't want it to scorch on the bottom of your pan. Girls absolutely love monkey bread, and this is one of their favorites because it has that gooey, liquidy sauce that kind of pours down through it as it cooks. And then once you turn it over, it pours on top of it, so it makes it really pretty. So this is something you could literally take to like a breakfast or a brunch somewhere, like a baby shower or a wedding shower, and it's really pretty because you make it in that bundt pan, and so it makes it look really nice. I mean, if you don't have a bundt pan, you can do it in a regular pan though. But I just feel like a bundt pan makes it look really pretty. Oh yeah, this is looking fantastic. So see how it's clumping up and kind of turning into that ambery caramel color? That is what you want. And once all of it gets melted, then we're going to put that stick of butter in there. Who doesn't love a caramel sauce? Oh my gosh, it smells so good. This would so be good over any kind of cake or dessert. Alright, so that is what our caramel looks like. So at this point now, we're going to add in our whole stick of butter. Keep stirring it because this is where it'll scorch really bad if you're not stirring it. You just want that whole stick of butter to kind of melt and go in there and make it super yummy. Y'all, it smells so good. It smells like I don't know if y'all have ever been to a candy shop where they make homemade caramel, but oh my gosh, it smells amazing. And that's what this smells like. Okay, y'all see how the butter is getting all melted, so we're gonna let that do for about a minute, and then we're gonna add our milk in there. Now at that point you could add heavy cream or half and half. I'm just doing milk today. I don't want it as thick. But you can add whatever you have on hand. Okay, so once it starts bubbling, I'm gonna let you guys kind of see what I'm talking about. See how it's kind of bubbling up? That means it's time to add that milk in, because if you don't add the milk in at this point, it's gonna get too hard to kind of do anything with. So we're just gonna slowly drizzle this half a cup of milk in there. Slowly, and stir as you're doing it. And then you're going to let this come back up to a boil and let it boil for a minute. And at that point, once it's come back up to the boil and boiled for a minute, then we're going to add our pecans in there. So we're going to let that go for a minute. So that is our caramelly sauce we're going to pour over everything. So at this point, we're going to add in our salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. This is just going to give it a little more of a salty flavor. I'm going to let that go. Just another minute. It is really bubbling up. Now it's like a really dark amber color. So pretty. Such a pretty color. Okay, now at this point we're going to add in our whole cup of chopped pecans. And these are just chopped roughly. They're not small. So I just kind of chopped them up roughly. So a whole cup of those. You're just going to coat those pecans really good. Then we're going to turn that heat off. And now we're going to take this pan over to our countertop and get it ready for the best part, which is the sticky pull-apart bread. So let's go back over here. So now we have our gooey, liquidy yumminess. And I have my bundt pan. I've sprayed my bundt pan. So now we're going to pour in some of this goodness in this bundt pan. You're going to do about half of it. And let it kind of run in there. Okay? So that's what that's going to look like. Now we're going to set this to the side and we're going to get our biscuits ready for pull-apart bread. Put all this to the side. So to this bag, we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of white sugar. And I'm going to add 2/4 a cup or half a cup of brown sugar. Okay? And then you're going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Okay? And you're just going to kind of close that bag up and shake all that stuff together. Make sure it's all good and mixed up. Okay? So that's what that's going to look like. So now at this point, we're going to get our chopping board and we're going to open up our biscuits. This is so easy, y'all, I'm telling you. It's easy to make. It takes a little bit of time to cook it because it's so thick, but it is so easy to make. Okay, so now you're going to take these, you're going to open this bag back up, kind of sit it to the side, and you're going to take your biscuits and cut them into fourths. And just drop them down in that bag. Okay. Oops. One biscuit ran away. Okay, so once you get them all chopped, you're going to close your bag. Make sure it's closed good. And then you just kind of shape. Okay, then we're going to take our pan and you're just going to layer all of your biscuit pieces that you just rolled in all that goodness. You're just going to throw them down in there. Just stick this over together. Let's see how I do it. I'm just going to throw these all in there. And then we'll cut up our next batch of biscuits and get it in there. These biscuits scare the fire out of me every time they do that popping noise. Feels like somebody's about to shoot me. Alright, so you'll drop these down in there just like we did the others. This is definitely a recipe your kids could help you make. You could even use a plastic knife to do this. So, I mean, they could definitely help you make this recipe. And this is also one of those recipes that's super cheap. I mean, a couple cans of biscuits is like $2. You usually have cinnamon sugar and that kind of stuff on hand. You don't have to have the pecans. We just like the pecans. But if you don't have those on hand, don't worry about it. Just do the biscuits. I promise it's just as good with just the biscuits. Okay, then we're going to close it up again. I promise you're going to want to make sure this is closed because it will go all over your kitchen if you don't. Shake it all good. Alright, then we're going to layer some more of these biscuits on top of the ones that are already in there. Okay, now you can take the rest of this mixture and kind of drizzle it on top there, or sprinkle it on top. We're going to drizzle the other, I guess, because this is, okay. Now, you're going to take your mixture that's in that pan, and this is the best part. You just kind of pour it over the top. And all that yummy goodness is going to melt down through there while this is cooking. And make this amazing. Guys, that is it. Now, like I said, my oven is preheated to 350. So we're going to take this beautiful goodness over here over to our stove. Right, let's take this beautiful goodness and go to our stove. All right. She's going in the oven for 40 to 50 minutes. We'll set our kitchen timer. All right. She's in the oven, 40 to 50 minutes. I'm going to check on her here and there, and I'll do an update as about halfway through the cooking just so you can see what it looks like. It smells amazing already. I'm telling you, it's going to wake people up. They're going to come running and want to know what smells so good in your kitchen. All right, guys, we're halfway through. Look how amazing it looks. Just a little bit more and she will be ready. Our timer just went off. We're going to pull this beautiful sticky bread. Yummy. That's all I can say. It just looks so yummy. It smells yummy. It looks yummy. It's probably going to taste yummy. All right, let's get this guy over here and try to turn it over and hope that it stays together in this bundt pan and makes a beautiful bundt sticky pull-apart bread. All right, so I have a pretty big platter that I'm going to turn this bundt over onto. You want to go ahead and turn this over while it's warm because that caramel sauce is still melted. If you wait, the caramel sauce is going to stick. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to take your plate and you're going to stick it on top, upside down on top of your bundt, okay? Then you're going to take your bundt with 2 pot holders because it's super hot. You're going to take it and you're going to carefully, without pouring that caramel all over your countertop, you're going to flip it easily. Okay? All right. She's flipped. Now we're going to cross our fingers when we pull this off. It's going to look as pretty as I explained it to you guys. So, you kind of have to wiggle it. It worked! I'm so excited it worked. Sometimes on camera it does not work. But it did. Oh my gosh. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. That is easy like Sunday morning and tastes like heaven right there. I can't wait. All right. I'm going to get a spoon and dig the rest of those pecans out and put them on top. Because you want all of that goodness in that. Oh, that caramel sauce is amazing, y'all. We're going to pour it on top. We don't want to miss any of that goodness. That looks so yummy. It's so pretty. All right, guys. She's out of the oven. We plated her up. She looks fantastic. Now, guess what time it is? It's time for our tasty. All right, so here we go. This looks so good. Ready? It's super hot, so be super careful when you taste it. That's a savor moment right there. It tastes so good with that caramel sauce that went all the way down through all of those biscuits, that sugar, that cinnamon. It is so good. Y'all have got to try this easy recipe. Easy, sticky, pull-apart bread. So yummy. It like literally goes straight to the heart. It's so good. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode of our Sweet Sunday. Join me Wednesday for our savory. Like, share, and subscribe. Please share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel grow, helps other people be able to see it. Thanks so much for joining, and thanks for continuing to watch me each week with all the recipes I bring. If you guys have any recipes you would like me to try, please comment below, or you can follow me on my Instagram and comment there. Thanks so much again. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye. Update. It's quite addicting. You're gonna have to stop yourself. I promise you, you're gonna want a ton of this. But you're gonna have to stop yourself and share. But it's really good, y'all.